Here are some makeup brushes that I cannot live without. And for reference, I have tried so many makeup brushes and I've grown to be super picky with them. All of these brushes here are super soft, which is important to me. I don't want things like pricking my face. You're not going to see any of that, but let's get started. Okay, starting with concealer brushes, my holy grail has to be this Makeup by Mario F4 brush and this Hourglass concealer brush. Both of these I kind of use and rotate them out, but they are both like such amazing brushes. So what I like about the Hourglass one is it's small, precise. The way it's shaped really helps get into these smaller crevices around your face. It doesn't feel streaky. It blends like a beauty blender, but it doesn't soak in that product, and it just really helps distribute the product evenly on your face, and it looks amazing. This brush seriously feels so high quality. I recommend this to anyone. It's just that brush. And then for the Makeup by Mario one, I feel like this is good for a lazy day because you kind of just can smear it all over your face. Concealer, foundation, whatever. You can kind of use both of these for like every makeup step. But this also can get into more fine lines as well just because of the way it's shaped. It's almost like a bigger version of the Hourglass brush. But I will say, out of all the Makeup by Mario brushes I've tried almost all of them. This is definitely my favorite. It's just so versatile. I can use this like basically every makeup step. Moving on to bronzers, I have to include this one by Patrick Ta. This is like basically the only bronzer brush I use if I'm not using like a big buffing brush because I'm lazy. I love both sides. With this one, you can be really precise with it. I like to stamp down my bronzer using this. And for this side, you can kind of even out the edges that look a little too harsh, so both sides are super useful. I definitely recommend with this brush that you don't like swipe, instead just press down to kind of evenly distribute the product without removing your makeup underneath. And yeah, the fluffy side really helps just blend the bronzer with the other makeup on your face. 100% recommend this to anyone who's looking for a new bronzer brush. It's amazing. And then on the topic of bronzer slash contour, this one is also by Patrick Ta. This is like their nose contour brush. This is basically the only brush that I use for nose contour. It's so precise and high quality. This is the side I use. You can easily draw like a lines on your nose and kind of blend it out because it's like very flat. It's just so easy to use. And this side, I will admit, I barely use this side, but I feel like you could easily use this as like highlighter or just like further blending the contour on your nose. But yeah, I mostly bought it for this side and it did not disappoint. I definitely recommend this brush if you're someone who is super into nose contour. Okay, moving on to blush brushes. The Makeup by Mario one is making an appearance again. I use this side. It's the slightly larger side. I use this for cream blushes. It really helps evenly distribute the product on my face. Doesn't feel patchy. It doesn't like prick my face. It's just an overall amazing brush. However, recently I've been into powder blushes and I've been using these two powder brushes non-stop for blushes just because I feel like it really picks up the product well and doesn't like put too much on the skin, especially this Hourglass one. This one might be a limited edition brush, but I'm pretty sure the regular powder brush does the same. This side is just so fluffy, and especially for like a pigmented blush like this Kosas one, it picks up the perfect amount because it's so fluffy, and then it just goes on the face so seamlessly and naturally, and you can definitely build it up. I don't like having like way too much blush, so this just makes it super easy to build up to get the type of pigment I want. And I also find using a huge powder brush like this to apply powder blush just makes it so much more even and just so much better on the skin. I used to use this brush specifically for just powdering my face, but now I only use it for blush because it's truly like the perfect shape and perfect size. I love this so much. Definitely recommend you buy it even though it may be a little pricey. And lastly, for blushes, I have this brush by Philly Millie. It is smaller, but I feel like it's easy to sweep product on your face in a way that doesn't look patchy. So I like to use this when I want to like seamlessly transition my powder to blush. Like I have this super light Colorgram blush and I can pick it up and kind of swipe it around my eye to kind of transition onto the powder blush I have. And it just makes my makeup base look a lot more cohesive and not as like harsh, if you know what I mean. I also find that this brush works really well with the Dior blushes because it picks up the amount of product even though the Dior blushes are not very pigmented, and it adds like the perfect amount on your skin. It's just such a great brush, and I'm pretty sure that this price is like not bad at all. So I definitely recommend this Feeling Millie. I'm pretty sure this is a blush brush. Okay, and lastly, I have these two brushes. They're basically the same in terms of like application, but if you have one, you don't need the other. This is the Hourglass buffing brush, and this is the Say buffing brush. They are big. They are kind of like thick, but these, I swear to God, you can literally like use it in every step. I personally love using these brushes for putting on foundation on my skin. It is very dense and it picks up a lot of product, yet it doesn't like soak it in. And also it doesn't look streaky on the skin. If I use this for like foundation, I also like to use it with like cream bronzer as well, because I feel like you can just stamp it in so easily and then it kind of blends in with the foundation. I definitely feel like that's a pro of using the same makeup brush for different steps, because it really helps just blend the whole look together and it looks like really good. But yeah, if you want a bigger buffing brush, definitely get the Say one. I think the Hourglass one is smaller and a bit more pricey. And yeah, those are my favorite brushes. Bye guys!